Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with yet another news episode talking about Super Hellcat aka M1890, and on the top of that I have a lot more information about the updated Minsk map, which is one of our newest maps in this game, but it is going to receive quite a big, I don't know if we can call it a rework, but they are going to add so many more playable positions on the map. It should be more balanced now, and it should be more engaging, active, a better map. Hopefully this is going to work out, because they are going to do quite a few things on the map. So without further ado, let's jump right into the action, and let's start with M1890, which is going to be a Tier 7 premium American tank destroyer. Now this vehicle is not new. For the first time we saw this in the news, or we saw the first leaks information about it actually all the way back in 2012 to 2013, and then this tank was called as Super Hellcat. So I guess from now on I'm going to call it a Super Hellcat as well, even though in the game files, in the garage, as you can see from this picture, it is called M1890. But according to the What Express, which is World of Tanks Russian news site, back then in 2012-2013, when they first heard about this vehicle, there wasn't much information about it, no models to look at, no characteristics, no vehicle characteristics, just an idea by Wargaming. They were thinking about bringing it in, but now after 6 years later, or now 6 years later, it is finally arriving. Now it is a Tier 7 American premium tank destroyer, as I said. Which is kinda interesting actually, because as we remember, not too long time ago, maybe something like 2 months ago, they just released one Tier 6 premium American tank destroyer, turreted tank destroyer called D78, which is kind of a hybrid between M18 Hellcat and Jaffa. So what are they going to do with this? Is this going to be any regular premium tank as well, simply one tier higher? It would be weird even for the wargaming standards, so maybe this is going to be a little reward vehicle, maybe tiny marathon for a Tier 7 American premium tank destroyer, maybe, could be, but we already have two Tier 7 American tank destroyers. One is M56 Scorpion and the D28 concept as well, HDC, which is, well, kind of a premium tank. It is a reward vehicle from the first campaign. Anyway, let's have a look what this Super Hellcat has to offer. Tier 7 M1890. Now we received first details and information, those details about M18, Tier 7 M18 roughly 4 days ago, but according to the What Express, once again, according to Terry yesterday's post, some of those characteristics have already been tuned, so some of those things are not correct over here, but I am going to fix them as we go. For example, engine power was buffed, well, some things were buffed, some things were nerfed. So firepower, damage 240, 240 and 320 with HE, armor penetration numbers 167, 203 with premium rounds and 45 with HE. Reload time over here is 8 seconds, but reload time was actually made a bit worse, even worse. This 8 second, I guess, is a complete stock reload time, because with 100% crew it should be a bit better, because from the What Express we can see that gun reload time was increased from 7.67 seconds up to 8.92 seconds. So they added roughly 1 second on the top of this reload time over here. Accuracy on the main characteristics page is 0.35, so this was the original accuracy, which was made a bit better. Spread per 100 meters, by the way, I used the Google Translator to translate those details to you, but updated, according to the yesterday's post, once again updated accuracy is 0.32 with 100% crew members. Aiming time 1.7 seconds, they didn't touch the aiming time, so once again rate of fire was nerfed as well. A rate of fire from 7.82 rounds per minute down to 6.73 rounds per minute. But aiming time 1.7 seconds is really good. Turret traverse speed 20 degrees per second, which is kind of standard for all the turret tank destroyers. Gun elevation angles minus 10 degrees of gun depression, really good. 17 degrees of gun elevation, also quite decent. Ammunition capacity is kinda low, only 30 shells. Only 30 shells. So in tier 9 battles, in those super long battles, you actually may run out of ammunition quite often. Although reload time is not the best. So maybe it's balanced. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. So top speed is the bread and butter of any Hellcat, and Super Hellcat is no different. 72 kilometers per hour top speed, ladies and gentlemen. 20 moving backwards, and horsepower over here 460, but it was buffed from 460 up to 550 horsepower engine. So power to weight ratio is going to be even better. If my quick maths are not wrong, it should be 28 horsepower per ton, which is just mad, in my opinion, for a tank destroyer. Hull rotation speed is 34 degrees per second. Survivability, total hit points 800 hit points. Hull armor 12, 12, 12. Turret armor 76, 31 and 27. View range 370 meters. Signal range 570 meters if you care. And this tank is going to have 5 crew members: commander, gunner, driver, radio operator and a loader. So radio operator is the guy who is always dying, in my tanks at least, as the first guy, so rip that radio operator already. So ammunition types: AP as a standard round, premium round is going to be APCR and AG. First, details about M18 Super Hellcat. Other things, did I miss anything? Oh, by the way, yes, the BM was lowered from 1877 down to 1615 because of the rate of fire nerf, and some accuracies, actually. Rotation, turret rotation and hull rotation accuracies or plumes were made a lot better from 0.16 down to 0.10 and from 0.23 down to 0.16, as you can see from the Watt Express extra details. I do not have too many pictures, but from the Kara's picture you can already see what or how this tank is going to look like. It looks like a bit more buffed M18, which we already have in this game. M18 Hellcat tier 6 standard tank destroyer. Let me know what you think about it, and let me know what you think about how this vehicle should be available, should come available. I don't believe, or I don't know, once again, you never know. They can always add it as another premium tank, but it would be way too hardcore even for the wargaming standards. Anyway, moving on, next topic is going to be Minsk map, and let's take a look at some pictures. Actually, so many things are different on this map, and simply by theorizing over here, it should play out a lot differently than before. For example, let's start with this statue over here, or monument, or however you call it. Previously, you were not able to go over here. They made an entire playable section, so heavy tanks fighting in the middle of the map, getting shot by artillery, RNG into the commander hatch fights, stuff like that. This simple move over here should open up some more plays. Now, most likely snipers from back there and from back there are waiting for all the heavy tanks or medium tanks who are crossing this area over here, but this monument is actually not going to make all those shots super easy. You might be able to hit high profile tanks like E100 easily into the side, but only time will tell. Most likely this is going to be another choke point where heavy tanks are going to side scrape versus enemy heavy tanks and so on, but it should once again, this is going to add one more position on the map where tanks are going to fight at. It should spread out tanks more from now on. This position alone over here in the east. Let's move on. So this is the open area. They completely reworked as well. I believe this is south base, if I'm not mistaken. So they made some of those hills, some of those bumps higher. Now you can drive between those or on those pedestrian roads without getting spotted, detected so easily by the light tanks. to my knowledge at least, and from here you can already see what they did to the river. They completely dried out the riverbed and now they made it as a playable area. Once again, this is the river area. You should be able to get down from more positions now. For example, from here you should be able to enter this middle ground. It is really good for, once again, hull down heavy tanks, I reckon. Maybe light tanks, although if light tanks get trapped over here, GG, rip into the next battle. Yeah, overall them trying the river completely is changing the entire theme of the map. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually south base. Previously you were not able to get behind those houses, but now you are. So they made this map a bit bigger. Added one square or something like that close to it. It should be the south base, right guys? Yeah, it should be the south base. Anyway, moving on. Now this position is 100% completely different. What we previously had over here. We didn't have this bridge, we had clean road, we didn't have any cover, just clean road leading up, all the way up to that street, all the way up to as far as we were able to go. You were able to cross the road between those houses easily without any problems whatsoever, but now look at this. So much more cover, so much more rubble, bridge, you can go underneath the bridge and you get into those bushes. I believe you're able to get bushes. Did I say bushes? To get behind those houses. You actually can go under the bridge. You can be sneaky and you can climb up, I believe, especially with faster vehicles. So the western part of the map, the middle of the western part of the map is completely 100% completely different. Maybe, I hope so. Maybe it isn't going to open up the place. Hopefully it is not going to be as campy over there anymore. Let's see, do we have another angle? Yes, we do. This is actually quite interesting. Are you able to cross it like this? Or if... Well, I am pretty sure you're able to get down on this bridge. But are you able to cross it as well? Are you able to get back up? Questionable. So this is the north side. I remember them saying they wanted to balance north side somehow, because south side already has this massive building over there, so they wanted to add some cover, but this is not going to protect you from the artillery as good as this house does, of course. But it is something, Previously we didn't have anything over there, so I'm kinda happy. Once again, this is the west. Well, you can climb up, yes, you can climb up from here, definitely. You can come down from here. So this road is still under construction, as we can see. A little minimap view as well, extra area in the east. A lot different west side. All the open ground is different. Bases should be different as well. I remember them saying something about base positions, moving base positions a bit and stuff like that. And tried out river, which is going to be playable from now on. So ladies and gentlemen, Minsk 2.0, this is how it looks like at the moment. How it turns out, we have to play on it, we have to test it out in action, of course. But so far, let me know what you think about it. It seems to be, on paper, it seems to be better than it previously was. Minsk has to be one of the most banned maps among the players, as far as I know. And this picture is old, yeah, you can see we have nothing over there, we have old road leading up to it. So some pictures over here are wrong. And I would like to see how this area plays out. Anyway, this is me done. This is all I had to share in today's episode. M18, Super Hellcat and Minsk 2.0. Your feedback is always welcome under my comment section. Let me know what you think about those two things. And I catch you next time with something else. If you do not want to miss my stuff, click that subscribe button, click that notification bell as well. Leave a like, leave a dislike, comment, all that jazz. I catch you next time with something else. Stay awesome, take care, and bye.